So yesterday we got our very first clue to the Ready Player One adventure here on Roblox. The clue is the location of the copper key may sound surprising, especially if you've been antagonizing. If it's rehabilitation you seek, then come find this grand antique, infiltrate this sacred place unharmed, and there you shall find a secret old charm. So, a sacred place, unharmed. So, there's definitely something, a sacred place, I don't know, that makes me think that there could be some sort of tomb or church or some sort of really old, ancient thing that you have to get into. And you also have to do it unharmed, which means you probably have to, have perfect life, plenty of life to go, or, it's one of those things where you can incur damage and you have to get through a certain part without taking any damage whatsoever. So what does this make us think? A lot of people have also said maybe it's hide and seek, the rehabilitation, the antagonizing, the surprising. This really does not make anything stand out, and it's been a whole day and nobody has found the copper key that we know of yet. We can't go for any of these other keys until somebody finds this key. So, if you guys ever read the book Ready Player One, or if you see the movie, basically it takes a year, it takes a really, really long time for people to find this. And the person who created the Oasis, which is the virtual reality that people are living in, that person is really into Easter eggs. So they talk about Easter eggs and how those are really, really difficult things to find. So this is not going to be one of those things where you go into a game, you beat it, you do the mission, and then you're rewarded with something. This is going to be something that's hidden, like a secret area, a secret door, or a secret hatch, something that you're going to have to find that won't look obvious, that you're going to have to almost accidentally stumble upon, is what I'm thinking. So Easter eggs is going to be that sort of thing. It's going to be very, very, very difficult to find. So a lot of people have thought that, there was the word seek in there, and it was hide and seek. But then if we go over here to hide and seek extreme, then we look there, it hasn't been updated since February 28th. So I don't know. You would think that the game that has this, it wouldn't have been updated, 2 weeks ago, and like 2 weeks people could go in there and probably stumble upon whatever it is. So I'm thinking, since they announced this on the 10th, and then basically the game started on the 12th, I'm thinking that maybe it's going to be a game that's been updated on 3.11 or 3.12 at least. But a lot of games, you're going back there, people have started updating all of their games, even with something small, so that they can get their game played, so that people think there might be a copper key in there. We all know about the Jailbreak leak that happened. Napkin Nate basically told us and showed us there was the new bags in there. You go and you shoot one of the bags for 30 shots, and then you have to get the coins, and then you take the coins to the camping cops, and then you answer a question, and then after you answer the question, you have to take the key to go get a certain vault out of the train. So trying to figure that out, to stumble upon that sort of thing, would be very, very difficult. And obviously, if you've gone into Jailbreak, you've shot the money bags, and you know that that is not working anymore. I'm not really sure if they're even going to have that one, or if that is going to be a future key. I'm thinking they actually moved it to a different game. That is my theory. I don't think that Jailbreak is going to be anything. If anything, maybe it was an intentional misleading. Maybe the fact that we saw that is how we've been antagonizing. So maybe it would be surprising, because a lot of people were expecting it to be in Jailbreak, so it wasn't. So it would be a little antagonizing if a lot of people are spending their time in Jailbreak looking for the same thing. So I'm thinking that might be what the first part means. So the rehabilitation you seek. So rehabilitation, that's like you need healing. What would need rehabilitation? Hospital, if you're rehabilitation. And we all know that in MeepCity there's a hospital. MeepCity also was updated the day of the event. And we know that, Alex Neutron, we've seen him in the office over at Roblox. We know maybe he even works for them. So who knows, it could be something in here. And there is a hospital in there, but then what in MeepCity would make sense? We're trying to think of what would make sense for the rest of it. You come to find a grand antique. Is there some sort of antique in MeepCity? Like, I'm not aware of anything like that in MeepCity. That is really weird. And then a sacred place? I don't know, there is the Starball game. So maybe there is a certain level in the Starball game. I'll have to go and look at those and go through and get all of the stars and see if maybe there's some other areas in Starball that you can find. People have also been saying possibly Booga. So Booga was updated on the 10th. So it would have been out 2 days. So this is one of those games that, okay, there's 30,000 people playing it right now. So 2 days of 30,000 people playing this game, not stumbling across an Easter egg. I don't know, it just seems like it would be really weird for that you know, to be the case, but it does seem like there's probably a place where there'd be sacred areas all over Booga Booga. There could be something sacred in that game. And there could be places that you could infiltrate that you'd need to infiltrate them unharmed, because you can be harmed in the game, you know, but then also, you know, your life sort of goes down. So I think you may have to, basically, you need to get food, which, I don't know, maybe that could be the rehabilitation, was the fact that you have to get food in there, and you can find a secret old charm. So Booga Booga could be it, but there is just the fact that it was updated on the 10th before the event that makes me think that it's probably not, but I don't know, it could be Booga Booga. Again, this new game Hexaria came out. I haven't played it. I've seen people talk about it, and it's very new game, and you know, I'm not really sure. It's a card trading game. I don't know enough about it. It looks like I'm going to be playing it a little bit because a lot of people have been talking about it as a possibility. Definitely there's this other one, so we're looking a little bit at the featured list here as well. There's all these games on the featured list, and we're thinking that maybe, you know, it would be somewhere in the featured list. I'm pretty sure Roblox would not be rude enough and mean enough to us to make it in a very obscure game that nobody plays. So I'm thinking it's got to be like one of these games that people play, or something on the popular or the featured list, so that it's, you know, a little bit more viable for us. But now, you know, this game is in beta, but inside the Ready Player One book, there is something about, I think, Space Invaders for the first Copper Key. So, you know, Space Frontier, Space Invaders, there might be parallels there. So I think that this could be a possible place that we could consider. Also, I noticed that yesterday, during the live stream on the Roblox channel, they played a lot of the featured games, and this was one of the games that they played. So maybe they're trying to kind of hint at us just a little bit there. I'm not sure. On the featured games, there's this one, Tale from the Valley. It is a very cool new one. It looks like it's a huge game world with, you know, different spells and weapons. You go on a journey, but it seems like the sort of game, a huge map, you know, that seems like the kind of game that would be good to hide Easter eggs. You know, some people have also been saying that maybe one of the Miners games, there's like Miner's Haven, one of the games where you have to find, like Treasure Hunt Simulator, that it could be in there. There are so many different games that are possible. I've even seen Heroes of Robloxia, this game that was created a while back that hasn't been updated for a long time, and then all of a sudden it's updated on 3.12. That's really interesting how they do that. And then also, if we try to scroll down, some games that we're seeing that were also updated, you go in here and you see that there's these badges here. Huh, why are these badges here at the end? There was an update. You can see who's won the badges, who won it yesterday, who's won it ever. So, sponsored Mission 5, so that was Vengeance of the Vulture. That was for an event. That's not available anymore. That's why nobody won it yesterday, so that's definitely not it. But what's with this test badge, and test 2, and test 2+1? That's really interesting. Rarity is impossible. 1 ever, 0. 1 yesterday, 0. So I don't know. I'm thinking these test badges might be an indication that this game could be involved in the new event and could possess one of the keys. I played it yesterday quite a while. A bunch of people on the stream played it. We weren't finding anything yet, but it doesn't just because we didn't find it doesn't mean that it's not in there. Some people have also been saying Shark Bite. That was updated on the 12th as well. So it's in beta. As far as this goes, I'm not sure how Shark Bite would really mix up with this, where there's a Grand Antique maybe in the lobby or something, or maybe, you know, under the water there's some sort of secret hatch where you can get into some area that is a sacred place, and to try to get past a shark into a secret area, that might make sense. You know, trying to get there, and then inside maybe there's some sort of temple or something hidden that you can get in there. Just because you don't know of a temple or any of this stuff inside of any particular game doesn't mean that there isn't a temple that is just hidden somewhere, and then once you know, access that area, then you will find your way in there. So that's a little bit difficult as well. Some people have also been saying that maybe Flood Escape 2 could be this, especially, okay, so Flood Escape 2, it was updated on the 1st, okay, so that was quite some time ago. I would think after, you know, 13 days, somebody would have found it, because a lot of people are playing Flood Escape. There's a lot of different levels. I would have thought that somebody would stumble upon it. However, in Flood Escape 2, again, if you scroll down to the bottom, you see that there's this really weird badge here, which I find very interesting. Rarity, impossible, 1 yesterday, 0, 1 ever, 0. Nobody's ever won this. And is it just me, or does this badge look like a hat, but it looks like a crown over top of it? I don't know. I'm thinking it looks like it's a crown. So maybe that's like a crown for the event. I don't know. These are the sort of things that I'm looking for. It was when it was updated, when things were happening. There's also this Flood Escape 2 map test game. I'm not sure, that might be something interesting worth looking at, where they kind of have a testing grounds for that stuff. Again, in Flood Escape 2, if you scroll up, Flood Escape 2 just got an update. New player titles, Instant Survivor XP, new fan artboard, and an update to the secret area. What? An update to the secret area? Okay, now you got me wondering here. But it was updated on the 1st, so I don't really know. I mean, maybe it's that hidden. Maybe it is so hidden that they're that confident that they can update it 2 weeks before it happens. But I don't know, maybe these guys are just really messing with us too, and perhaps they told a lot of the creators to kind of put this kind of stuff in here to throw us off. So I don't know, it could be Flood Escape 2 as well. Speedrun 4 updated today, actually. I think it was updated yesterday as well. There is a whole bunch of different levels. The thing is, Speedrun 4, you go through and you look at all these badges. There's some that, you know, were one ever, you know, there's quite a few. I don't see any of them that say 0 for when the badges were ever won. I'm thinking there's got to be some sort of badge that indicates, that lets us know that's how we can move forward. Some people have beaten 30 times, you know, have beaten the game 30 times. Like yesterday, 10 people did. So just going through and beating Speedrun 4 30 times obviously is not enough to get it. So just going through and beating Speedrun is not it. So maybe there's a certain place you have to go to in Speedrun. There's treasure chests. People have been going to the treasure chest. They've been going to all these things, and I'm not seeing any badges that are indicating it, but it did update yesterday, and some people are thinking that. But also, I don't see how any of this would match necessarily with this. But I mean, if you've been antagonizing, I guess, you know, I don't know, in rehabilitation, why would you seek rehabilitation there? Rehabilitation also, Pokemon Brick Bronze, guys. There is, you have to go to the rehabilitation centers or to heal your Pokemons. But a Grand Antique, ooh. So, I don't know, come to find this Grand Antique, infiltrate this sacred place unharmed. Who knows, there is an arcade in Pokemon Brick Bronze, so maybe inside of Pokemon Brick Bronze, you go to the arcade, and one of the old games is the Grand Antique, and you infiltrate a sacred place unharmed. Who knows, what are the games in there? We're gonna have to go check out the games in Pokemon Brick Bronze. So, guys, so far, these are some of my thoughts. These are what I'm thinking. These are some of my theories. You know, I'm looking out for games that have been updated, you know, within the past couple days. I'm looking for some sort of, you know, mystery badge as well, like something that we're seeing here. I'm also looking for the badge that has never been won, basically, and we're also looking for things that match with the clues. I don't know. I know there's going to be more clues given away. I know that nobody's found the copper key yet. Good luck to everybody. If you have any thoughts, put those in the comments below. Let's try to put our heads together. Let's try to figure this out, guys.